Security check. Please step aside. Not exactly what you want to hear when you're rushing to catch a flight. But imagine this. You're at the airport, feeling like a pro, boarding pass in hand, carry-on packed just right. You know the drill. No oversized liquids, no sharp objects, and definitely no fireworks, because obviously. So why is security pulling you aside? Because of something completely normal. Something you'd never guess was banned. Yep, that's right. Some things you'd never suspect are actually forbidden on flights, and the list might surprise you. But before we get to that, here's something even more important. 2025 is bringing big changes to airline carry-on rules, and if you don't know about them, your next flight could turn into a frustrating mess. So let's start with the latest updates. What's changing, what's staying the same, and how these new rules might just cost you extra cash at the airport. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the list of bizarre banned items, because some of them are downright crazy. Power banks are a must-have for travelers. They keep our devices charged, and let's be honest, almost everyone carries one. But here's what you might not know. Not all power banks are allowed on planes. You're at airport security when an agent pulls out your battery pack. Sorry, this can't go on the flight. Confused? It's just a battery, right? Well, after incidents like the January 28, 2025 Air Busan flight, where a suspected power bank fire led to an emergency evacuation, airlines are rethinking their policies. Here's the deal. Anything over 160 watt-hours, 32,000 milliamp-hours is a hard no. Too risky. If your power bank is under 100 watt-hours, 20,000 milliamp-hours, you're fine. Keep it in your carry-on. Between 100 watt-hours and 160 watt-hours, you can bring up to 2, but airline approval may be required. One absolute no-go? Packing power banks in checked luggage. If a battery overheats mid-flight, there's no one there to stop the fire. Even approved power banks aren't 100% safe. The Busan incident? That battery was legal, yet it still caught fire. The good news, the plane hadn't taken off yet. But what if it had? That's why airlines are tightening the rules even further. If you own smart luggage, here's a rule you really don't want to find out the hard way in 2025. Many airlines are now banning smart suitcases if the built-in battery can't be removed. And yes, that includes some of the fancy ones you've seen online. Imagine this. You're at the check-in counter, rolling up with your sleek high-tech suitcase. The agent takes one look, asks if the battery is removable, and suddenly, you're stuck. Your flight is in 2 hours, your bag is packed perfectly. But, unless you can pop that battery out, your suitcase isn't going anywhere. So before you even head to the airport, double-check your luggage. If the power bank inside is permanently attached, there's a good chance security won't let it through. And let's be honest, a suitcase that gets rejected at check-in isn't so smart after all. Unless you're ready to buy a new bag on the spot, make sure your battery is removable to avoid a last-minute disaster and an unnecessary hit to your wallet. If you've flown to the UK recently, you might have heard the buzz. Some airports have relaxed the infamous 311 liquid rule. Finally, no more cramming tiny bottles into plastic bags, right? Sounds like a dream. Well, not so fast. Here's the catch. Not every UK airport is on board with this change. Imagine confidently packing your full-size moisturizer, only to reach security and hear, "Sorry, that needs to go in the bin." As of June 2024, 6 airports, London City, Aberdeen, Newcastle, Leeds Bradford, Southend, and Teesside, have actually reinstated the old 311 rule over security concerns. So, if you're flying out of the UK, don't assume anything. Check your departure airport's policy unless you want to chug your expensive skincare products at security. And what about the rest of Europe? Well, the EU had big plans to ditch the 311 rule by mid-2024, thanks to fancy new scanners that were supposed to detect banned substances more accurately. But guess what? Those scanners didn't quite pass the test. So for now, every single airport in the EU is sticking to the old restrictions. That means 100 milliliter per container, clear resealable bag, no exceptions. Bottom line? The liquid rule that's been around since 2006 is still alive and well. Airports tried to change it in 2024, but here we are in 2025, and nothing's different. If you want to breeze through security, stick to the 100 milliliter limit and save yourself the hassle. Flying with budget airlines in Europe? Better check your carry-on bag twice. Airlines like EasyJet, Ryanair, and Wizz Air have quietly shrunk the allowed size for free carry-ons. That means if your bag doesn't fit their new limits, you'll be paying extra, either for a bigger carry-on or to check it in. You think you've packed light? But then you reach the gate. The airline agent asks you to place your bag in the size checker. It looks fine until you try to fit it in. Too big. Too bad. That'll be €50. Suddenly, your budget flight isn't so budget-friendly anymore. For travelers, this means two options. Downsize your luggage or pay up. Many passengers are now stuck buying smaller suitcases or accepting the extra baggage fees, which add up fast. To avoid last-minute surprises, always check your airline's latest baggage policy before you fly, because what was free last year might cost you this time around. Flying with Air Canada on a basic economy ticket? Brace yourself, some big changes are coming. Starting January 3rd, 2025, passengers can only bring one small personal item for free. Think a purse, backpack, or laptop bag. Need a carry-on suitcase? That'll cost you $35 for the first bag, up to $65 for additional ones. Just last year, carry-ons were free, but now even a small suitcase comes with a price tag. And it doesn't stop there. Starting January 21st, 2025, basic economy passengers won't get free seat selection anymore. Instead, seats will be randomly assigned. Unless, of course, you're willing to pay extra to choose your spot. Previously, you could pick your seat for free during online check-in. Now, if you don't pay, hope you like the middle seat. Long story short, if you're booking basic economy with Air Canada, factor in the baggage fees and expect to have zero control over your seat, unless you're willing to pay up. We've talked about liquids and power banks, but there are plenty of other things that won't make it past security. Some of these are obvious, sure, but others, you might not see them coming. And trust me, if you try to bring them, you'll be stopped for sure. First, sharp objects and tools. Anything that can cut or injure someone is a no-go. That means knives, scissors, multi-tools, throwing stars. Yes, people have tried. Axes, hammers, drills, and even large wrenches or pliers over 10 centimeters long. If you need to bring tools, check them in. They're not getting through security in your carry-on. Next, weapons, or anything that even looks like one. Guns, ammo, tasers, stun guns, and even toy weapons are realistic-looking props. Trying to check in a firearm? Better have the right paperwork. And of course, explosives and anything flammable. Fireworks, gas canisters, certain cleaning chemicals, and even some aerosols are completely banned, whether in your carry-on or checked luggage. Alright, we all know the basics. No knives, no explosives, no oversized liquids. But what if I told you that a bag of flour could get you stopped at security? Or that your camping gear might be treated as a potential weapon? Yep, some totally normal, everyday items are straight up banned from carry-ons. Unless you want an awkward chat with airport security, double-check your bag before heading to the airport. Packing a thermometer? Better check what kind. If it's a mercury one, it's not making it past security, and for a very good reason. Mercury dissolves aluminum. That might not sound like a big deal until you remember that airplanes are made of aluminum. When mercury comes into contact with aluminum, it breaks down the protective oxide layer on the metal, triggering a process called amalgamation. This makes the aluminum weaker, more brittle, and structurally compromised, which is a serious safety risk for any aircraft. That's why mercury thermometers are completely banned on both commercial and military flights. If you need to bring a thermometer, stick to digital or alcohol-based ones. Otherwise, be ready to hand yours over at security, because a tiny glass tube filled with mercury isn't worth putting an entire aircraft at risk. Planning a hiking trip? Hope you didn't pack your tent poles in your carry-on. Security sees them as sharp objects that could be used as weapons, which means they won't make it through. TSA isn't taking any chances. If you're bringing tent poles or stakes, check them in. Otherwise, you might have to explain why you're carrying metal rods through airport security, and that's a conversation you don't want to have. You packed a multi-tool thinking it's small, it'll be fine. Bad news, it still might get confiscated. Scissors are allowed only if the blades are shorter than 4 inches, 10 centimeters, but even then, security might take a second look. Box cutters, large shears, and anything that even slightly resembles a knife? Forget about it. The rule is simple. If it has a blade, put it in your checked luggage. Otherwise, you might have to say goodbye to your favorite tool right at security. Bringing a toy gun for your kid? Think again. It doesn't matter if it's bright orange and obviously fake. Even a harmless foam sword can get flagged. Security doesn't have time to play real or fake with potential threats. If it looks like a weapon, they're not letting it through. Bringing sports gear? Depends on what it is. A baseball bat in your carry-on? Nope. Golf clubs, hockey sticks, lacrosse sticks? Also no. If it's big, solid, and can be swung like a weapon, security isn't allowing it. Flying for a game? Check it in, otherwise be ready to leave it behind. Baby powder, baking ingredients, bath salts. Seems harmless, right? Not to airport security. In the US, any powder over 12 ounces, 350 ml, could get flagged. Why? Because powders can be used to disguise explosives, and TSA isn't taking chances. A few exceptions exist. Baby formula, medications, and cremated remains are usually allowed, but they'll get extra screening. A hammer, drill, or even a toaster in your carry-on? Not happening. Heavy tools and large electrical appliances have to go in checked luggage. And honestly, who's trying to bring a power drill in their carry-on anyway? If that was your plan, don't. Ever wondered why you still can't bring a regular bottle of water on an international flight? After all, it's just water. Harmless, right? Well, not exactly. The strict limits on liquids, sprays, and gels exist for one reason: security. These substances can be used to create liquid explosives, making them a serious threat on flights. By restricting liquids to small containers in clear plastic bags, airport security can quickly detect anything suspicious before it ever gets on board. And this rule didn't come out of nowhere. Back in August 2006, British authorities uncovered a major terrorist plot at Heathrow Airport. The attackers planned to smuggle liquid explosives in soft drink bottles and detonate them on flights bound for the US and Canada. The response was immediate. The UK and US banned all liquids in carry-on luggage overnight. Of course, a total ban wasn't practical forever. The rule was later adjusted to allow small amounts of liquid, 100 milliliters per container, stored in a clear, resealable bag. This became known as the 311 rule, and since then, airports worldwide have stuck with it. So next time security makes you toss your favorite drink before the checkpoint, remember, this isn't just an annoying rule. It's a safety measure that exists because someone once tried to turn a bottle of soda into a bomb. Airline rules are constantly changing, and what seems like an innocent item today could be the reason you get stopped tomorrow. Want to breeze through security without any surprises? Double-check the latest restrictions before you fly. Because trust me, you don't want to be the next "Can you believe what happened at airport security" story.